This is the last game in the Aether timeline, period. Sure, we could have a reboot, a revamp, but they're about to die? Everyone that's done a review on this trailer has said that they're not dead, they can't be dead, they are alive. And I pretty much feel the same way. But however, I got to thinking, did they drink potassium cyanide Kool-Aid, or are they just laying on the ground drunk all at the same time? None of them finished the drink. Jason Blundell was asked at an interview about the endings of Origins and the endings of Revelations, why he's constantly upsetting us at the end of each game.
Had a sort of inkling that people are going to react that way?
Oh yeah, definitely. You have to have been to the lowest valley to appreciate the highest mountain, right?
Would Treyarch actually kill off all 4 of our main heroes from the favorite game that we love so much?
That's my one. Nikolai, put down the bottle. Oh, not there. Bonsai! Vodka for everyone, especially me. I will shoot you in the face, bitch. Are you too serious? Nice. I go take shit now.
Hi, I'm Crash Power. We pay for the Black Ops Pass in advance, and every single Aether map that we get are remakes. All of them. All the wonder weapons are remakes, well, with an elemental tinkle. And the last 2 trailers kind of looking like cartoons. I mean, let's face it, they're good, but they're just lower quality. Why not what we're used to? Like when they're showing us pre-launch trailers to pre-order the game. Oh, and now that we're going to take on Monty, my favorite. What? I mean, come on. We've been waiting all this time to take out Dr. Monty, and I know you can end this whole thing without even seeing him, but they couldn't afford Malcolm McDowell just one more time for the final ultimate battle with our final ultimate crew? All levity aside, it's not just because Treyarch loves to do what the community doesn't expect or have these big cliffhanger endings. There's actually a reason based on the logic of the timeline I believe they have to die. I need to take a moment and give you a brief review of my theory of the overall Zombie Chronicle timeline so it'll make sense to you and you can understand why I'm drawn to this conclusion. As you watch this video, if you agree or have any of your own theories, place them down in the comment section below. I always check comments, and you'd be surprised how much of the theory that I have right now is based on communicating with you all and your help. And if you enjoyed that intro to the video, I'd really appreciate it if you take a second to click the thumbs up. It'd be amazing. But enough of that, let's get on with the video. The last cipher in the final zombie comic book, number 6, reads, "The cycle begins." And it's shown at the exact moment the transit crew makes the decision to step through the portal with Richtofen and go back in time into 1941 and be placed on ice in the stasis pod. The lab under Alcatraz was created specifically to place Victis on ice. It's Richtofen's version of Dr. Monty's plan that's listed on the zombie timeline. Dr. Monty told Maxis he could wipe the apothecons from existence. He said a new reality can be created if he enlists the aids of souls who have lived through and survived the fracturing. I just saw this. Nikolai is no longer in Dr. Monty's possession. He's minus 1 soul. But anyway, Richtofen takes Victis back in time until July 4th, 1941. That is 1 day after Stanley Ferguson told Richtofen the lab was ready and the subjects would be placed on ice upon arrival. As soon as it was ready, he brought them back in time and put them on ice. But more importantly, the fracturing does not occur until 4 years after that. And then we see in the comic, these are suspension devices. They'll keep you in a kind of stasis until the final world arrives. That's why we just saw in the second trailer for this map, the transit crew have this conversation.
It's a whole other thing trusting your imaginary brain buddy.
Russman, how can you even say that? He's the sweetest guy in the whole universe! He wants us to help save it! The universe!
I bet he does, but God knows he's probably not going to be saving them. I don't know what the requirement is to implement Monty's plan, but They, if you don't know, Stuhlinger, since he ate the flesh, has been able to hear Richtofen from great distances. But we've learned today that he's speaking to Zombie Richtofen. It's complicated. But that's who they were referring to. Also, I thought it kind of odd. I hope I don't get too sidetracked, but I thought it kind of odd that they said he was the nicest guy ever. And he's sitting on this log here, so polite and calm. In the timeline, Richtofen does travel to Dimension 2210 and acquires an innocent version of his soul. We never really know what he does with it. Or maybe he puts it in the house, I don't know. But something's up with this zombie. He's awfully polite. Maybe they're just teasing us. But back to the point, I got sidetracked. For starts, if the basis in which I'm drawing the conclusion they must be alive is only because I don't want them dead, or we wouldn't believe Treyarch would ever do that, then that's kind of flawed logic. It doesn't mean anything. Jimmy Zielinski, the former director of Zombies at Treyarch, was replaced by Jason Blundell and writer Craig Houston midway through Black Ops 2. And they've said that they've inherited an inconsistent story from Zielinski in 2013. They called the whole story a paradox because nothing makes sense when considering everything canon. By creating all the complexities, they allow any inconsistencies to be explained by the multiverse or fractures. But I believe that they've been trying for a while now to just completely wipe out what he did. I also believe that because the story is ending, and we've heard rumors of a remake, a revamp, or whatever, which is the last thing we need in this franchise, more remakes. But anyway, everything a fresh start, which I believe very likely is going to happen. Then what better way to end our hero's story than make the ultimate sacrifice and kill themselves, which is the final act resolving the paradox. Even if they destroy Monty. See, the problem is Monty still exists. The Apothecons still exists. 115 still exists. They need to get rid of this. But Primis is also part of Dimension 63, which shouldn't exist. The way the blood vials work is it's consuming the blood from souls that were from dimensions that's already been cut off. That's part of the paradox. And I believe that our crew, Primis, Ultimis, that once they've wiped out Monty and the Apothecons and won the day, as long as some of them still exist, the paradox isn't resolved. They're still part of it. And lastly, Samantha here, Nikolai is asking Samantha of a favor. And my feelings are that he's going to ask her to kill him. That's an interesting thought. I don't know. I've worked forever on this video. I've been having so much problems finishing it, but I just hope it got you hyped at the beginning. I want to know what you think about it, and I want to just publish it so someone sees it, or it may not come out for another week after the game, and then it'd be pointless. You don't care whether or not they're dead or not. You know already. One day before. I suck. If you're still listening to this, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it, and I'll talk to you soon.
There was a time I could drink my cares away.
I spent at least 8 hours making that stupid thing. Guys, if you're still here, and you're probably not, but for those of you, I'm very grateful, and I don't mean to sound harsh. If you go ahead and hit that like button, I'm going to, and then that's when you threat violence. They say psychologically, if you threaten them, they'll hit the like button. That's stupid. I want you to hit the like button if you appreciate watching a video that's only got one ad. I'm not trying to sell you Patreon t-shirts or maxi pads or any shit like that. I understand people got to support themselves. I completely understand. I just want people to watch me because I'm lonely. Hit the like button, sweetness.
All the heartaches.